As being a very outspoken person, as being someone that's considered themselves a black sheep their entire life, as someone that really doesn't understand where all these rules come from, therefore I don't follow them if they don't make sense. I know what it feels like to stand out. But kind of like in Japanese culture, it's like when you stand out, it's like the tallest nail gets hammered first. That mentality. So you need to blend in. You need to act like everyone else. You need to do what everyone else is doing and stuff. And I'm just like, no. Especially in American culture, it's like we have like a two-faced way relationship with confidence. Because if you like the person that's confident, oh my gosh, your confidence is radiating, bro. Oh my gosh, oh my god, he's so great. He's so calm in his own body. Oh my god. But then let that same confident person be someone you don't like. Oh well, why does he think he's so cool? Why does she think she's all that? Why and that perspective is coming from someone with a victimhood mentality or a mentality of lack. Why do they have what I want? I deserve what they have. So wait, so you deserve what I have. So did you wake up early every morning and do what you had to? I'm not saying that that's one of the things. I'm just saying these are the things that I do. Did you read all those books? Did you have those 3 hour long conversations with yourself over that new chapter you just read in the book? You see what I'm saying? Did you make that early investment? Did you ignore what all these financial gurus are out here saying and go against the grain and bet against the U.S. economy? Did you do that? No, then what did you do? I'm not saying you have to do exactly what I did or what I am doing, speaking into existence. It's like, but like you're not doing what I'm doing to get to where I want to be. You didn't do anything. You just sat on the internet and typed stupid ass comments all day. You see? You got the time. Like this is the difference between like the victim and the victor. Right? The victim has time for NBA basketball to spread gossip about NBA players, who they're dating, how so-and-so, the top elite basketball players in the world and so-and-so isn't good. You see what I'm saying? They don't do what we have to do. You got all the time to learn this person's stats. You got all the time to know what teams they play. You know every baseman for the New York Yankees. You know all of this stuff, but none of it is putting you any further in life. You're just better for a barbershop conversation. You're better to have like a sports conversation with the boys, but is that going to feed your family? Now, if it does, more power to you. If you can find a way to mix and match it so that is what you do for a living, hey, you're doing something. I'm talking to all these people that have so much time to focus on these celebrities, to hate people based off of political affiliations, and they're moving nowhere in their life. It really, to me, sounds like you're misplacing a lot of your energy. Where attention goes, energy goes. So if you're giving all of your attention to hate, if you're giving all of your attention to hating the fact that this person has the cars and the women and the men, depending on which side it is that you're looking at, they got the cars, clothes, money, they got the connections, they got all this stuff. And just their default, when they turn their phone on, they're always in a fancy car or a private jet. You're hating on them because you deserve that. They don't deserve that, but what did you do to get exactly what it is that you desired? You did nothing. You got nothing. So stop being a victim and be responsible. You see? We also have, like, once again, like I said, we have this weird relationship with confidence in our society. If someone is confident, and they're more confident than we are, then no one likes to see someone doing better than them. That's what I've realized. No one likes seeing someone better than them because, once again, that lack mentality, oh, they just took my spot. They just got my car. There are no more Lamborghinis in the world. There are no more senior management positions in the world. So, it's over. Now I just hate them for the rest of my life. What sense does that make? You know? You don't realize that when you are that negative and you're that complacent and you're that stuck and you're that distracted, if you're that docile, you're falling right into the Matrix's trap. The Matrix wants you dumb, docile, distracted. That's really what it wants you to be. So whenever you see confidence, it's like, wait, that guy's not acting like the way that we were taught. Why is he walking with his head held high? Why does he not give up when he hits an obstacle? Why is he not? And it's just like, because I stopped giving my energy to negative things. When bad things happen, you find another solution. That's just all there is. But half of y'all's only solution is quit. Well, keep on living in that same circle because there's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be challenges. If every time something bad happens to you, you just want to quit and throw your hands up and say, woe is me. Why does this always happen? It only happens because you keep on allowing it. Personal responsibility is very important, But like it takes a level of confidence to even have that, like just to have that viewpoint, You have to, like, and like I said in completely unrelated videos, you have to love yourself before you can love somebody else. Some of y'all get mad, and I'm speaking from experience. You used to see like all these ass hats with all the baddest chicks. And you'd be like, wait, you are so beautiful and so smart. Why are you with this dude that's flex about how many girls he can screw? Why are you getting in line? I never understood. I still don't to this day, to be honest with you. However, he's doing what he got to do to pique their interest. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I'm saying? If it works, it works. I can't say I justify it, and I can't say that I'm not confused by it, but hey, maybe that's the lesson that Shawty needs to learn on her own. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I don't hate on it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not trying to cut him down to size. I'm not trying to like come at his ego. Oh, you're only getting with so many girls because you have low self-esteem and you have to keep, even though that may possibly be accurate, it's still not necessarily what I spend my time doing. I got too many books to read. I got too many lectures to listen to. You know what I'm saying? I got too many thoughts to process in my own brain. What, you think I got time for these celebrities? It's weird, but then again, we're taught that celebrities are the creme de la creme of like the social ladder. So this is where we want to be. But then you'll make a channel like this, and then like people get mad and they quit before they even get started. Well, damn, I've been making videos for a month and I don't have 3 million subscribers yet. I quit. I mean, you ain't gonna make it anywhere with that logic. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but people have these arbitrary numbers in their head to mean that you're important. You need to have millions of subscribers to be important. You do realize my channel with 3,000 subs, 3,000 something subs, I'm in the top 10% of YouTube channels. You do realize that, right? You do not need to be a multi-millionaire you do not need a multi-millionaire subscriber count, follower count, whatever. The top 10% of YouTube channels. I think I'm actually technically in like the top 8%. But nevertheless, it's like I'm in the top 10% with my little channel. I pick my phone up and I yap to the camera. And I've gotten 3,000 people to subscribe to me. And someone out there will, and it's already been told, I've used this example multiple times, they'll say that's not success. What do you mean? The emails I got when people say I saved their life, people saying that they put my advice to work and it actually worked out for them. People saying that they've questioned their own beliefs based off of some things I've said. People being honest about their religious practices when they hear someone else from a different perspective say things out loud. That's not success. I get it. That's right. You're not successful unless you have the video vixens dancing on. You got IG girls in your DMs. Like, it's weird to me. The success is defined differently, but I can tell who's successful and who's not. Well, I can definitely tell you who's not successful. The person that's too busy bitching about everybody else's success. That's it. Like, for example, I'm just yapping now, but like, it's like I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? So especially when it comes down to these Hollywood people, whether they're the actors or the singers, songwriters, rappers, whatever, I don't trust nothing none of these people do. Nothing. I hear a couple things, I see enough evidence, I'm like, yeah, I knew you was on some bullshit, but whatever, right? But the thing is, though, I'm not sitting here hating the fact that they live in a mansion. I'm not mad that they got all these girls like hanging off their hip and stuff. I'm not mad at none of that. Why? That's what they want. That's their definition of success. Maybe. You never know what's going to happen behind the scenes, but that's their definition of success. They're living in success. None of that has anything to do with me. I don't want any of that. So why would I be concerning myself with what another man is doing? You see what I'm saying? I'm in my own lane and I'm driving straight. That's all I'm doing. And eventually I'm going to hit my end goal. And then it's going to be the point where I have all the people hating on me. Oh, he's rich. Oh, he's this and that. He doesn't speak for us anymore because he got money. No, bitch. I'm telling you all this stuff now. So when I make it, you can see the proof in the pudding. All right, that's why I make these videos, so you can see the chronology, the timeline of my success. You see what I'm saying? It's like, that's just how I get down. It's like I leave the breadcrumbs, so for the people in the future want to follow some of the advice I'm saying, you're going to one day end up here. And here is going to be the video 3-4 years from now when I'm recording on my jet. I'm recording from my balcony, like on the 38th floor. You know what I'm saying? I'm recording in a different country. I'm recording here and here, just dropping my ideas. And then with that, the next level of my what I can contribute to the world expands, because now I can speak from a rich black man's perspective. I'm pre-rich right now, pre-rich. I still got the 9 to 5, still got the work boots on right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's like one day that situation is going to change because of my belief system. Instead of spending time spreading negativity, living a life full of fear, you need to get to it. Get after it. Get rid of that fear. How you get rid of fear? By one of my things I said in my previous video, by knowledge and wisdom. Acquire knowledge and wisdom and then go out and apply it. In a video I made before that, when it comes to religion and spirituality, and these are just stereotypes, but with religious people I see it as all study and no application, and with spiritual people I see it as all application with very little study. You see, find the balance in that. Have a good foundation of study of knowledge and wisdom and a good balance of application, and keep tweaking the formula until you get where you want to be. It's that simple. Takes some work, but the blueprint is very simple. Till the next one.